welcome to another episode of FilAm Civic Action. I'm Ernie.
And I'm Bing. Today, we're diving deep into end-stage kidney disease, or ESKD, a serious and life-altering condition that affects millions worldwide.
And to help us understand what it's really like to live with this disease, we're honored to have Warlen with us. She's a true kidney warrior, as she's the founder of Circle of Beings, a kidney dialysis support group for patients and their families.
Warlen, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, guys, today. It's a very nice opportunity to share my story and journey with your audience.
Yes.
So, let's start with the basics. Warlen, can you explain to us what ESKD is and how it differs from other kidney diseases?
Yes, absolutely. ESKD actually stands for end-stage kidney disease, and it's the final stage of chronic kidney disease, whereas the kidneys are loosely, nearing all of their abilities are gone and functioning, and at the same time, it goes into it's no longer giving out urine and all those functions, and the body is up to rest. Yeah.
Is it like considered as the function is up to zero now, or it goes down to zero?
Not necessarily zero.
Or
Not zero, because if it's zero, the person is already dead at the time. So it's like more, let's say less than 10%.
So people at this stage, do they need dialysis?
Yes, they do.
Or a
need
kidney
dialysis.
transplant?
Yes, it is. First and foremost, they do need to go into dialysis, and with that, and it's you have a lot of symptoms along with it.
Oh, wow. That's intense. So what are some of the early signs before reaching this stage?
Yes, the early signs are extreme fatigue. There's swelling in the legs and all the feet and hands, and then high blood pressure, of course. And that's the biggest and red flag is there's so much weakness, and exhaustion. And one determining factor is really itchiness. You itch, the whole body itches.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like an allergic reaction to something? How is that?
The reason is
Feel.
why it's itching because phosphorus is a high content in the body. So when you have high phosphorus, that you itch a lot, like
Because phosphorus is no longer processed because your kidney is no longer functioning, right?
yes, it's no longer being filtered out of your body.
I see.
I'm just wondering, because there's a lot of cases, in the Filipino community, but we'll talk about it later. So once diagnosed with it, Warlen, what is next? Is dialysis the first option for that?
Yes, it is. Actually, there's 5 stages to it, and ESKD is stage 5. But right now, in the real sense, the doctors would really diagnose you at the level of CKD 3, and they also already tell you
What's
that
CKD?
it's the 3rd stage of it. Like there's a certain percentage for like
What's that acronym all about?
it's a stage 3. That's just a chronic kidney disease, stage 3. So we Filipinos were really very, very prone to this disease, of course, because of diet and type 2 diabetes and hypertension. So the doctor monitors us each year. What are your stage if you're into about to go into that disease? And so the doctor would already give you a red flag at CKD stage 3. Then you need to improve this, or else we'll go into that dialysis right away. But so it goes down to 10%, then they need to go right away to dialysis.
It really hits close to home for me.
Yeah. And dialysis is a constant thing, right? It's a regular schedule that you need to follow. And that's a huge commitment, right?
Yes.
So how will it impact the person's daily life?
Yes, speaking of dialysis, we go through dialysis 3 times a day, and then
3 times a day?
a week. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was thinking like,
3 times
that's
a
a
week.
lot.
I'm so
3
sorry.
times a day.
I'm so sorry. This is,
3 times a week.
Yes, correct me if I'm wrong. That was wrong for me. I was just excited to just share my story.
Yeah.
So it's 3 times a week, and it's 3 to 4 hours. For me personally, I go there 4 hours a day. For a certain day, like I do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and it's like what I said. It's really very challenging for someone to go into dialysis. It's weakens the person's mental, emotional, and of course physical health.
So how long does it usually take per session?
It's about 4 hours, the max. Yeah.
What do you do there? Just do nothing, or?
Well, different people, most of them, they sleep. They just sleep. They have it's like a full entree. You have a television in front of you, and they provide you with the most comfortable, situation. But me, I do my work, I do my readings, I watch everything I can do in 4 hours, and I keep myself productive.
I see. So you're basically just sitting down, and there's like, are you being poked? Or
There's two accesses to that, usually, of course, that's on the medical side already. So yes, you are being poked there. Your blood is being filtered up to 4 hours, and you're being monitored too, because your blood pressure drops and also comes to a high.
I see. But it's a very relaxing environment, I
It
suppose.
is relaxing, to be honest, but the only thing they're really comfortable, and it beeps when something is wrong with you.
I see. So you're being monitored
Yes.
closely, very
Yeah.
Do
closely.
you feel any discomfort or pain at all, or?
For me personally, I don't feel anything pain at all. It's just the onset of the needle when they, of course, put it in your vein. But at the same time, when I'm the type of dialysis patient that my blood pressure drops, so I could feel I'm dizzy. I'm like kind of I'm clammy and everything. That's all. But you can be relaxing as much as you could. Just have to relax the whole time.
You're looking at it and speaking on a positive note, right? You're very, very positive about it, and that's very inspiring, Warden. So what's one piece of advice you give to people who have been newly diagnosed with ESKD?
I think my personal advice is really to be able to slowly accept the reality of your disease, that you're in this stage right now, and get to the point that you have all the knowledge, get all your support from family and friends, and at the same time be on top of everything. Talk to your providers at the same time. Say to yourself that this is another way of life, so you have to really adjust your life in such a way that you just have a really good quality of life.
Seriously. Now, from the physical, let's talk about the emotional impact. How should one cope with the mental challenges of ESKD?
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good question. To be honest, I'm coming into my situation. When I was diagnosed, I wasn't scared at all. To be honest, when I was diagnosed in February of 2023, I was diagnosed with that disease. I was not scared. One thing that really hit me was like the emotional side of it. Was like, how do I tell my family? How do I tell my partner at that time? How do I tell my son that I have this disease? Because some people have the misconception that if you have this kind of disease, it's already terminal, or it's like you're gonna die right away or
I
something.
was going to ask you that, so it's not.
It's not.
See?
It's considered a chronic, which means it's long term. It's really, and there's a possibility, but it's controllable. It's not terminal. There's you just have to know how to be able to maintain your life until you go through dialysis, until at the same time you go into the transplant situation.
So it's not really terminal, but it cannot be cured in a sense that you're totally cured from the disease.
No,
It's
there's
more
no
like you
such-
maintain it.
Yes, that's the reality. That's why I said it's already really accepting reality that this is something that cannot be cured unless it's like only acute, but it's considered as chronic. So what you can do is really deal with how to be able to maintain such a very good life, positive life. And it's a totally extraordinary life, to be honest. It's a very,
Yeah, I know you went through this, and it's really not easy, right? But for others, though, because that's very important, how can loved ones support someone with that disease? I'm talking about
ESKD.
Yes.
well, number one is for them really to, like what I said, to be able to talk to the loved one that is has that disease. Let them tell them what they're feeling and everything. And if you have the chance, if you are the one that has the authority to get involved with their medical situation, then talk to the providers and then be able. And this is one thing I would advise to see what are the insurances that you have, what are the things that they could benefit out of the insurances, that the patient can go to, like mental health. They could go to therapy. Like myself, I will really declare and be honest that I go through therapy. I go to a therapist where I can, I have friends, I have a lot of support. I am also very spiritual, but I would love to talk to someone professional to really help you navigate the situation. Yeah.
I see. So there's so many things that you have to balance: your daily life, your disease, and it's so good to have some kind of support, not just your family, but your friends as well, and professionals that you can really talk to and have the knowledge on how to address this disease. Now, looking ahead, what's the future of kidney disease treatment? Are there promising advancements?
Yes, I want to talk about it. I'm really grateful for you guys for having me around because
It's our pleasure.
Yes,
of course.
I'm actually very involved in the community. I'm a member of the Nevada Diversity Council, which goes into organ donation awareness, and it's under the leadership of Mr. Harry Singh, and which is the president and CEO for Nevada Health Professionals. And we do have an event on April 11, which we would like everybody to be a part of. It's going to be it's called Organ Transplant Trends, Nevada Perspectives. It's going to involve like about more than 4 speakers, spearheaded by the medical director of UMC Transplant, which is Dr. Sunil Patel.
So that's on April 11. What time and the place?
Yes, it's going to be 3 to 7 p.m. and it's going to be at the Korean Medical School. And if you would like to, it's written in my social media. And at the same time, if you'd like to ask the FACAI, I would like to FACAI. I would like to give you the information where you need to register, guys. There's a scan a code, a QRS code that you have to scan in order for you to register. We only have 150 seats, but you guys are invited. Families, professionals, everybody.
Is there a contact number where they can call you, or they can get hold of you, or a website that they can go to?
So there's limited number of people that can attend. So where will they go to be able
So
to
they
register?
need to be able to scan the QR code, and so then could register. But we still have seats.
Where will they find that
if they
QR
if
code?
they can find it.
Yeah.
So can you tell them where
Do you have a
Yes.
website
to call you?
Yes. Well, I will give you my phone number. That's all right. And
Be
then-
prepared. You'll get a lot of calls
It's
after
okay.
this.
I'm very
Yes.
open. So it's 458 area code 802-8697, or you can look at my social media. My name is Warlyn Huffy, and you are very open to message me regarding that. And we would love the community of the Filipinos and all community in Nevada to get involved with this. It's a very, very important topic and concern in the community.
That's really great, Warren. Speaking of, I know Bing mentioned that about lifestyles and all. Did your lifestyle ever get altered? Or
Did it change?
change
Do you have late nights no more, or do you still go out?
Do you still do the activities that
Yeah.
you were doing before you got?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got
Yes, of course. They always see me in all the Filipino spots.
And we do. That's the reason why I was surprised that you are in that
I know.
Doing
situation.
karaoke and
You know that me and Warlyn, we were together in Kalahi. I was the president and she was my secretary. And we
is my
danced.
boss. Yes,
And
Big is
very
my-
late night.
Kalahi is the
Practicing,
best
yeah.
organization for dancing.
Big is
And I
actually
miss
my
those
boss.
days.
He's my boss.
Wow.
He's the best boss
Those
ever.
were the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so did your lifestyle change? Like,
No,
what
but I
kind of
must admit,
changes?
I miss the outdoors. I miss the outdoors.
Okay.
I am quite physically challenged right now, but in terms of like going around, eating somewhere, everywhere, it's all the same, and it's not a perfect life.
yeah, but
friends,
nobody's life is perfect anyway.
know, Sure,
that's
I
true.
We
know.
always go through battles, whatever it is that we're going through. So that's really, really exciting. Let's dive into a very sensitive question for you. We hope that you don't mind us asking this. Speaking of transplants, are you on the list?
Well, let me tell you honestly, I was living in Oregon for like about 4 years. I was on the list, but I guess the process is like quite different when you move out of state. And Vegas is really home for me. But now I'm being considered again for they're getting me again for assessment to be on the transplant list. And I'm very positive because I've already been through that, and I was on the Oregon transplant list. However, I have good news which I want to share with you guys. And my brother has just got his his new kidney 2 days
Oh,
ago.
wow. So did
Thank
you having some issues too?
How?
Did he also
Did he have ESKD?
issues?
Yes, for 10 years.
Oh,
He has an amazing story. And 2 days ago, he got called in at UMC, and now
Wow.
has his kidney, he's walking, and he's there recuperating. So I'd like to congratulate my brother.
Wow, that's so
Amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, amazing. Now, Warlen, now this has been eye-opening.
Correct.
Now, where can listeners find you? And Circle of Beans. I like that name, Circle of Beans.
So I've named it Circle of Beans because the kidney beans is the
It
kidney.
looks like
it looks
kidneys,
like
right?
beans,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yes.
So
yes.
Circle of Beans is like a really a haven for everybody. I'm not an expert on anything. I'm not a medical professional, but I would consider myself a very good connector. And of course, I would love you to reach out to me. I give you my number, and you can also add me on your social media. So I'm more than
any
happy.
website? Yeah.
Yeah, I have also Circle of Beans. I started it. Maybe you could also see that Circle of Beans on Facebook, and just message me in there as well. So you're all welcome. I'm going to have a huge launch mid-year this year with the help of the Nevada University Council.
Oh, yes.
And yes, please do feel free to reach out.
So Warlen
Okay.
Huffy and email address where they can.
Oh, it's warlenhuffy@gmail.com.
It's Warlen WARLYN.
HUFFEY@gmail.com.
Thank you, Warlen.
Great. Thank you, Warlen.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing, Warlen. And as much as we really want to talk to you for like an hour more,
maybe.
but thank you so much
have
for
limited time.
sharing your story, Warlen.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're truly an
Truly an inspiration, Warlen.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys. And to our listeners, if you are a loved one, if you or a loved one is battling kidney disease, know that you're not alone. Reach out, educate yourself, and stay strong.
And Warlen, you look great. Whatever it is that you're going through, we do not even see it.
Oh, thank you so much.
And thank you for coming to our
Thank
show,
you for
Warlen.
coming to our show. And on behalf of FilAm Civic Action International, or we lovingly call us FASAI. Until
Not
next
Fakay.
time,
I'm so sorry.
No, but
A lot of people.
right.
Yes.
Some of them call it FASAI. Yeah, see, FASAI, but it's not the city in Manila or in the Philippines, but
It's so cute.
it's FACAI, but it's FASAI.
FACAI.
FilAm Civic Action International. So until next time, stay healthy,
Thank you.
stay
Stay
informed,
informed.
and take care, everyone. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Mayang gabi sa inyong
salamat
tanan.
po.
Until our next
Yeah.
episode. Bye now.
Bye now. For those people who are in Siargao, magandang gabi sa Izo Tanan. Okay? I'm from Siargao. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Thank you.